start to losing it. Talk about life and all the confusion. Minds in motion. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships. I'm talking Joe Podcast. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships. Help your emotions. Behavior management when your kids start to losing it. Talk about life and all the confusion. Minds in motion. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships. Emotion. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships.
Good evening and welcome to Minds in Motion. I want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. I wasn't going to come on this evening because I wasn't feeling well, but I said, you know what, I can't do that to my viewers. I cannot do that to my viewers. So this evening, I have a very special guest. But before I bring him on, I want to say thank you to everyone who's viewing on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and all streaming platforms. Also on SBE Radio, GTM Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in to Minds in Motion tonight. So to this evening, I have a very special guest, as I said. His name is Robert Rawson. He is a massage therapist, and he's coming to talk to you all about how to know the signs of stress and what to do when your body is stressful or stressed. All right, I'm going to bring to the stage Robert.
Good evening, Jill. How are you doing?
Good evening, Robert. Thank you for coming on to Minds in Motion. As I just described, you're a massage therapist, and we're going to talk mainly about how to listen to your body when you're stressed, and what to do, what you can do when your body is stressed, right? First of all, before we even start, I'd just like you to just kind of like give a quick introduction about yourself, and so the viewers can know a little bit more before we get started.
Good evening, everyone that's watching tonight. My name is Robert Rawson, registered massage therapist. I became a RMT because I love to help people. I love to see people feel better, move better, and just overall see them in a better state of mind.
Okay, awesome. And so part of the show is also for you to promote your work and what you do. But before we get into that, we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just have a few opening questions for you. And I don't generally write my questions down, but today, for the purpose of this show, I did. I just want to give you a little time to get easy, feel welcome, and break the ice here. So, what is the most common thing that people say the moment they finally lay down on your massage table? Is there a common thing that people say?
I would say the most common thing that people say is, "Oh, this place hurts," or "Do you feel the tension here?" So right away, like they want me to immediately see and know exactly where their pain is coming from. So that'll be probably the most common thing I see in here.
Okay, does that make you laugh when you when you hear that stuff?
Um, not sorry, not really. I think it's common because they're coming to me as an expert for relief of pain and relief of tension. So
Mm-hmm.
they hope and that when they come to me that I know exactly where that tension or stress is coming from.
Okay. If your hands had powers, if your hands had one superpower besides healing, what do you think that would be?
I would say super strength.
Okay.
Because I feel like strength and healing pretty much goes together. I feel like
Mhm.
the stronger you are, the better you can heal in a way.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you only because I've been to massage therapy to different therapists, and having stronger hands makes me feel like they're getting into the muscles more. So
Yes,
yeah,
most
I
definitely.
agree with you. All right. This is a mythbuster question. What is the one piece of wellness advice um, you see on social media that makes you want to roll your eyes?
In terms of massage therapy,
Massage therapy.
I would say honestly, if I'm keeping honest, I feel like because we're called registered massage therapists, and I feel like a lot of people try to confuse a masseuse and a massage therapist. So it's like even like for my family and for my friends, I try to educate them on the difference that a registered massage therapist goes through over 3,000 hours of clinical work, clinical experience, where a masseuse is almost like a negative connotation of what massage is. So it's just
Mhm.
educating people on the difference between the two.
Okay, I like that. Great response. So for the viewers that are watching this evening, don't feel afraid to ask a question or send a comment. You can send your hearts, send those fire flames. Let us know you're watching from whatever platform you're watching from. Okay, thank you. Um, one more question before we get into the serious questions.
Okay.
This is an intuition question. Do you ever find yourself reading people's posture while you're standing in line at the grocery store?
Honestly, I feel that it's almost like automatic for me to look at someone's posture and also to see how they walk. Because it's something that we learned a lot in school in terms of like noting the posture deviation among someone, and then also their walk cycle to see how their heel and toe hits the ground first. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost something that's like I'm almost staring at people just to see how different people walk. It's so funny.
Interesting. Huh. That's a great practice to have, actually. You'll be more developed in your skill sets. All right. So questions now. And if you do have a question and you want to send it by text, you're watching Minds in Motion with me, your host, Jewel. You can text 1-647-495-3224 to text your questions to me, and I will read them out to Robert. All right. Okay. So getting into those nitty gritty questions. So I I experience stress in different ways, and one of them is often through I'm feeling pains in my muscles through my neck, through my back, and I know that it's stress. And I don't go to the massage therapist, but I always say, "Oh, I need to go to the massage
Yeah.
therapist." But when people are carrying stress in their bodies, what's actually happening to the muscle fibers on a biological level?
So basically, when people are carrying stress, our nervous system keeps our muscles slightly contracted, and over time, that reduces blood flow and builds tension. So basically, it feels like your body is stuck in a low level on state. So it's almost like your body's always on, but very slightly.
Hmm. All right. So you would say the best thing to do is to go see a massage therapist?
100%. I feel like the best thing to do is like when you feel that stress is compounding, your best advice is to go see a therapist, massage therapist, to allow the person to reduce the tension, reduce stress, and just overall improve your mobility.
Mm-hmm. And so before we get into the next question, can we explain a little bit more about what an RMT is? As opposed to a masseuse, because an RMT, well, let you explain it rather
So
than me.
a registered massage therapist has to either go to a private college or an entire college institution such as Humber College, or let's say for example Offers College. A RMT goes through over 3,300 clinical hours in class and also in the clinic. And also you have to pass two board exams. You have to pass a 150 multiple choice exam and also a seven station practical exam. Once you pass those two, then you're able to become a RMT. A masseuse, for example, doesn't have to go through any clinical experience, has to go through all the clinical in class work, and doesn't have to go through any board licensing exams.
Okay. And um, fun fact, I know Robert from when he was really little. But I remember you coming to work one day and you were talking about the fact that you didn't get an A, or you missed out on a grade. I don't know if you remember this. You missed out on a grade at school and you were like very, very upset about it. So all that just to say that Robert takes his studies very seriously, and I think he would take his job very seriously. So, you know, this is gold. This knowledge that we're getting right now from Robert is gold. Should someone be seeing an RMT?
How often should someone be seeing RMT? I would say it depends on your pain levels. If you're coming in with a, let's say, 2 to 4 pain level, I would say once every 2 weeks. However, if your pain level is like 7 to 10, so in the higher threshold, I would say the best way to achieve faster results is to compound the treatments. So twice a week in the first 2 to 3 weeks. That way you can achieve faster results efficiently.
Okay, makes sense. Um, and I was just want to backtrack a little bit to the RMT. RMT, so being registered, someone like me who has insurance at my job, I can be covered by this service. If you were not registered, then I would have to pay out of pocket and I wouldn't get my money back from my insurance company, basically. Right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. And I've been through the situation where we're talking about going to the RMT several times a week. I was in a car accident and had to go to the massage therapist, RMT, for twice a week. Yeah. Um, is there a difference between the muscle tension caused by physical overexertion and tension caused by emotional mental stress?
I'll say physical tension is usually from overuse, while emotional stress is driven from our nervous system. So it basically shows up very globally and habitual, and even without movement. So even without you moving, you can definitely still feel emotional stress.
Hmm. So, speaking to my people who are um, feeling stressed, and sometimes we might not recognize that we're stressed, and we might say, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm good," but you're going through stressful situations, and the best thing to do is to go and see your doctor first and foremost, who will recommend or make a referral to the RMT, right? Um, don't I would always say don't downplay what you're going through, because stress can cause more problems in the long run than not, right? So if you don't address it in time, it could cause more problems. So um, I remember having a conversation with one of my RMTs actually about me being there and just being under stress. And because they were like, oh, this area is really tight,
Yep.
And then just to have a conversation, they got me to say, yes, I'm stressed. Do you tend to have do you tend to have conversations with your clients while you're doing your work?
Yeah, definitely conversating with the client, seeing how they're feeling, checking on the pressure, and just overall seeing how the muscle work that I'm doing is helping to relieve that tension and stress.
Okay. All right. And there's a time I had this massage therapist who I think they were really good. He did after the massage, he would tell me to go and soak in a warm a warm Epsom salt
Epsom
bath.
salt bath, yes.
So what? Okay, you tell us what the purpose is of that.
So I'm an advocate for Epsom salt bath. I even use it on my hands after a long day of massaging because in the Epsom salt there's magnesium, and magnesium helps to calm down our muscles. So
Mhm.
that's why it's very useful to soak yourself in an Epsom salt bath. That way it can also relaxes you and reduce that muscle tension.
Right. Good. So you heard that it's not just for spas; it's also for you to relax your muscles, right? And people tend to see it as a cosmetic thing, but it's something that will help you to release tension. Question here: um, Are there any exercises you can suggest that this person can be processed at home, or they can do at home to relieve any or some tension in the neck?
Yeah, so I can even show them uh if you can kind of see it in the so basically you're gonna take one hand and place it underneath your buttock, and then take this hand and slowly bring it to the opposite side. And to feel more of a stretch, you're gonna lower the shoulder and then sink in. And you can hold this for about 10 to 15 seconds and do this 3 times. Another good stretch you could do is a chin tuck and then bring it back out just to reset your posture.
I remember doing that.
What, the
As
chin
you're
tuck?
speaking, I did. I like when I had my therapy, the holding the hand, and like I found it so difficult to do because I'm like trying to move, but it helped in the long
Yep.
run. After me going to therapy, it really did help with my posture and also the pain that I was having. Right, the knots that I had in my neck. So I hope that answered the question for the viewer. See if there's any other questions there. No? Okay.
This
Don't
is
be
very
shy.
interactive. I like
Yeah,
this.
don't be shy.
All right.
Ask your questions. Um, Here's a question about identifying symptoms. What are the most common holding patterns you see clients who work in high stress jobs? Like, what are the common, yeah, holding patterns? Does that make sense to you?
So most people carry their stress in their upper traps, in the neck, jaw, and lower back. And this is because a lot of people in today's society, we tend to sit a lot for our work. So that's where you definitely see a lot of the tension holding. So like 90% of the clients that I've been seeing all come with lower back pain, upper trap tension, neck tension, and also some jaw tension as well.
Mm-hmm. Jaw tension. Yep, I know it. Grinding the teeth too
Yeah.
can have yes, that is part of where I hold my stress, my teeth. Um, why do so many people default to carrying tension in the jaw, neck, and shoulders specifically?
Because in the neck, jaw, and shoulders, that is tied to our stress reflex. So we tend to clench our jaw and raise our shoulders without us even realizing it. And that allows us to carry that stress in our jaw when we clench our teeth, when we're just
Mm,
stressed. Okay, I'm stressed, but I'm smiling. But when you're stressed, you're just gonna like, mm, and then
mm,
also tend to like just be all like tight and raise your shoulders.
hmm. Okay.
So we do it almost automatically without us even like knowing.
So that's something that you see when you're walking around, people walking around like,
Just like You tend to see it
Oh,
like maybe like after like 6 o'clock when people are going home on the transit. You can just see
yeah.
people are a little like, crunched up, tight, shoulders up.
Wow, you need to start working with your business card, man. Hey, I'm an RMT. Would you consider coming to my practice to get a massage?
I actually just got them printed, so I'm definitely gonna be walking around with them more often.
Yeah, yeah. So for those of you that are watching, you know what? Maybe you should plug it now because people are watching now as well. So and then we'll plug it now, and then we'll plug it a little bit later on. So where you're at,
Okay.
and we'll talk about the other thing afterwards.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
So tell us where your practice is right now. Your where you work out of.
So
Can you
I
share
work.
that with us?
Pardon?
Can you share that with us?
Yeah, I can show you.
Okay.
It's on the open register on the CMTO. So basically on CMTO.com, if you Google CMTO, find an RMT, and you put my name, Robert Rawson, it will show you my two practices. So one of my practices at Revita Therapy, located in the South Etobicoke region on 38 Toller Crescent. And my other practice, Renaissance Physical Wellness, also located in the South Etobicoke Mimico area, located on 2405 Lakeshore Boulevard West.
Okay. So you're in the bougie area.
Yeah, I'm in where all the nice, wealthy,
Yes,
affluent
cushy,
people live.
cushy. Nice. So perfect for you. You're not gonna not have any work, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So if you don't remember the two names, the most easiest way to find me is to go cmto.com and then put find an RMT and then just put my full name, Robert Rawson, and it'll show my practice and the links as well.
So cmto.com, and you're looking for Robert Rawson, Rawson. So take a screenshot if you're using your phone to get his name there, and CMTO, right? So CMTO is what's the acronym stand for?
College of Massage Therapists of Ontario.
Okay, awesome. All right. Can chronic stress lead to referred pain, where the source of the stress tension isn't actually where the person feels the ache? I don't know if that makes sense. It's more like physio language. Stress tension. Can it act? Is it actually where the person feels the ache? The stress
So
tension.
yes, stress can create what we call trigger points. So the trigger point can start in the upper trap, but the referred pain can go upwards into our neck and into our heads, therefore causing tension headaches and overall shoulder pain. So that's why sometimes people will say they have neck pain, but also have a headache as well, because that
Mm,
pain in the neck right along here has referred pain into our head, causing us a tension headache.
interesting. So we can't use like our West Indian or African remedies where we just put a coconut oil in our head. No, that's not gonna work.
It could probably reduce it and alleviate it instantly, but I think overall the goal is to reduce that trigger point in our upper traps and our neck, therefore easing the tension headache in our head.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. What are some of the silent signs of muscle stress that people often ignore that become a longer and more permanent problem? So something that's a silent problem
So
that
I
they
would say stiffness. We definitely ignore mobility, so not being able to like maybe raise up your shoulder or rotate your neck, and just constant tightness overall. People tend to ignore that until it basically turns into pain, and that's when like, oh my gosh, I can't move my arm or I can't move my neck.
Hmm. So I just got a private message come in about something I said. Um, so I'm gonna while you're here, I'm just gonna tell you about some pains that I'm having. I'm definitely gonna make an appointment to come and see you.
Okay, awesome.
But I find that so I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, right? And all the doctor does is prescribe, prescribe, prescribe. And I don't take anything that he prescribes. Like I'm looking at them right now. There's a ton of medications that were prescribed, but I don't use them. And I refuse to use those things. I rather do like natural remedies, um, or even go through to a massage therapist. So what's happening to me is I get a lot of tingling in my arms, especially when I during the night or when I wake up in the morning. I tend to clench my fists
Okay.
very, very tight. And then when I wake up, my hands are numb or in pain.
Yeah.
So I know it's contributed to stress. And that's why I do it because there was a moment when I wasn't happening. And then every time I go through a stressful period, I tend to clench even more. What is the best way to treat that?
So I would say if it's a numbness tingling issue, we have to figure out which nerve is being affected. Is it the median nerve, ulnar, or radial nerve? So basically, we have to reactivate the neuromuscular activation. So if it's the ulnar nerve, there's such things called a ulnar nerve flossing. So basically, if the tingliness is coming from your pinky and your ring finger, one way to reduce the numbness is to put your hand to your ear and then so basically you're flossing.
Ooh.
So basically when you bring it to your ear and you look away and you
Yeah.
now bring your arm down, it should feel less tingliness. And then you come back, look at it, and then
Hmm.
you're gonna do this a couple times.
I feel really bad for people that are not tuning in tonight because I'm getting some free therapy right now. Some techniques. So is that something that you also do with your clients? You give them techniques to go home
Yeah,
and
it's
practice?
actually ironic that you brought up the numbness and tingliness because my previous client had a similar issue with her ulnar nerve distribution. So I told her to do ulnar nerve flossing when she's at work, whenever she feels it, and when she wakes up.
Okay. All right. Well, I get the numbness. I get the tingling in my legs as well. So, yeah, it's a whole body thing. Let me just read. I just gotta give me 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
People, yeah, no. Oh my gosh. So I would really appreciate if people would also send comments on the screen. So we have some fans. You have some fans, Robert, of
Okay.
people that are watching tonight. So there's a question here. Oh, sorry, was somebody was putting up the they put up the number, but I'm putting up the question. Sorry. What is the best type of mattress to support for support?
Best types of mattress. I would have to definitely do further research and get back to you. But obviously, I would say you don't want the mattress to be too soft or too hard. You want it
Mm-hmm.
to be a hybrid of the two.
Okay. Yeah, I think it also depends on. I don't know. I'm you. The question was posed to you, but I think it depends on your comfort level as well, and I think weight has a lot to do with mattresses and how you lie on your mattress as well, and how you sleep. My mom, she's probably watching, probably like too much information. She recently got a
Hmm.
mattress that is it's electronic, so it moves up like the hospital bed. So it
Okay.
helps her like she hasn't complained about this mattress since she got it actually. Maybe she will send a comment. But she's been using it so it can adjust to I guess her curl of her body. You know, if she wants to sit half sleep half up, half
Oh, I
down.
see.
So I don't know what kind of mattress it is exactly, but it's one of those that's adjustable. I have a question here. So when we were stretching just now, the question that came in is that why we stretch our hands out? Oh, when we get tension? Somebody was asking, like, is that why we
I
tend
guess.
to stretch our hands out?
Yeah. So basically, if like you know how sometimes you're on the couch and you might put your hand too long and your hand gets numb. you tend to go like this to release that nerve and then reactivate it.
Ah,
So
okay.
this is called like nerve flossing.
Okay. When you said flossing, I thought you meant like a dance or something.
It's almost the reason why it's called flossing. Think of it as when you floss your teeth, you're going
Uh-huh.
like back and forth. So you're going.
Okay. Okay. So I learned something new. I hope you all learned something new too today. Um, Back to the question. So somebody that was on online, they had asked that question, but they didn't post it because they were having difficulty with their
Oh, okay.
phone. So, all right. I'm getting, oh, and someone had made a comment about sea salt. Oh, salt and on a whole, and that's why sea baths are so relaxing. Okay, yes. Yeah, so we're going back to the salt. So that's why
Yep.
sea baths, especially the salts in the seas, are very natural, and it helps you to relax your muscles. Yeah, they have healing properties. Yeah. I just came back from a nerve specialist today with someone with nerve damage on my. They have nerve damage. What would you recommend on their like nerve damage?
I would definitely recommend going for an assessment and seeing whether it is probably sciatica, and if it is sciatica going down your leg, definitely you want to reduce the tension on in the leg, and also probably get some treatment from a massage therapist as well, and some any corrective exercises that you could do for the nerve damage just to reactivate the neuromuscular junction.
Okay. So would you say that that person would need to see a chiropractor or both,
Mis-
combination of
Yeah,
RMT?
combination of both with the chiropractor and the massage therapist. Therefore, that will just allow you to achieve your results more efficient. Because the chiropractor will deal with any spinal nerve issue, and also the massage therapist can reduce the muscle tension that goes down the leg as well.
Okay. All right. Um, so I'm probably not going to say this right, but correct me if I'm wrong. Does stress affect the fascia, which is the
Fascia?
connective fascia? Thank you. Does stress affect the fascia, which is the connective tissue, differently than the actual muscle?
Yeah, so basically, stress makes our fascia more restricted. So that allows the tension to spread across the body instead of just staying in one spot.
Okay. So I just thought about something. Um, One of my massage RMTs, they actually, and it's totally off topic, but they actually they had like a mood thing going on. So they put on music, and he asked like, do you mind if I put on music? And I was
Yep.
like, yeah, sure, no problem. And so he had like his genre of type of music, which is like
Oh
it
yeah.
was like R&B kind of soul kind of music.
Yep.
And he would every time he would just go to work, and I would just fall right asleep, just fall asleep, snoring and everything. Like, do you play music when you do your work?
Sometimes I'll play like a common, like rain sounds, relaxation, like spa music. But sometimes I don't. Like it just depends. Some clients don't want the music; they just want to be in the complete zen of their body without the actual music helping them get relaxed.
Okay. And so I was telling you earlier that I was able to kind of like disclose to my RMT that I was stressed. Have you been in situations where people have disclosed to you like through massaging, like, oh, I was this happened to me, and this is why I feel stressed, and this is why I'm coming to get a massage? Because when I started going to my massage therapist, the reason why I'm asking is he asked me if I want deep tissue or if I just
Yeah.
want a relaxation. And I said just relaxation because I needed that at the
Yeah.
moment. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, I definitely have. When people usually come in, they pretty much are telling you exactly what's going on in their life, what's affecting them, what's stressing them, and like different activities that are affecting their overall well being. So
So
it's
do you find
definitely,
like you're not only a massage therapist, but you're also like a therapist, like a
yeah, I feel
counselor?
like like once you're like in the healthcare field, especially within therapy, you're almost a massage therapist, a psychotherapist to like a smaller degree, just like hearing people talk about what's going on in their lives. Sometimes they'll talk about their kids or their partner. So it's just basically also find that balance where you're not they call it counter transference, where I'm not putting my feelings on top of their feelings and just
Mm-hmm.
answering it very neutral.
Okay. Okay. So that's something that you're taught in school.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because I know it's a natural thing for people to just say, "Oh my gosh, I was going through this situation, and this is why I'm here."
Yeah. So basically, like if you're talking about a situation with your friend, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, look what happened to me too."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
we're not
sense.
supposed to be counter transferring our feelings towards the client.
Makes sense. I like that. Um. So, a question of where do you operate? So, are you in Brampton? So, this is why I said shout it out earlier because
Uh,
people are going to come on
yeah.
and ask. Go ahead.
So I currently work in the South Etobicoke, Mimico area. So I'm not in the Brampton region. However, I am working on doing mobile massage on Fridays. So I'm currently in the process of launching my Friday mobile business. But right now, my two clinics are in South Etobicoke and Mimico.
Thank you for that. And I want to again say thank you to the viewers that are tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and the listeners that are on radio, GTM radio, SBE radio as well, and TDN radio. Thank you so much for listening in. We have a question here. Let's see. So, oh, what do you think causes the knee to lock to the point of making a breaking sound or snapping sound? Hmm.
What do you think? So that even happens to me sometimes. So honestly, I just feel it's probably the increase of inflammation that could be occurring into your knee. Therefore, I feel like sometimes it's not always that you need a muscle work. It could just be strengthening the knee, strengthening the calf muscles, and also strengthening the muscles in your foot as well. So it's either
Mhm.
it could be anything lower than the knee and anything higher, such as the quads as well. Because our quad muscle goes into the knee, so strengthening the quads is also a good way to reduce any locking or clicking.
Mhm. And your recommendation for strengthening would be like walking,
Walking,
bending,
calf
squats.
calf raises, body weight squats, but very uh in very controlled motion though. You don't want to do it too quick. You want to go quick up, but slowly coming down.
Okay. Great. Thank you for that. And beyond just relaxing, what is the mechanical effect of a massage on stress muscles?
So massage improves their circulation, it reduces muscle tone, and it also just tells our nervous system that it's safe to relax. Therefore, that's where you'll find the real recovery is start to happen.
Mm. Is that why I fall asleep sometimes? I'm so
Yeah.
relaxed.
So basically, like
Fall
whenever a
asleep.
client's falling asleep, your nervous system has now entered a big relaxation mode, and your
Yeah.
body is feeling a lot safer than when you first came in.
And that's as a massage therapist, how does that make you feel? Just like, oh, I did my job. I'm doing something right.
I feel like as a massage therapist, when you see the person start to fall asleep, I feel that I'm doing my job in terms that I'm reducing their stress, reducing their muscle tension, and now their nervous system is slowly coming down. So they're now in more in a zen, calming, relaxation state of mind.
Nice. So those of you who are stressed, remember Robert Rawson. Go and look him up on the CMT website.
CMTO.com.
CMCO.com. Let
Yeah, and then
me
you can
write
just
that down.
basically Google CMTO, find the RMT, and it'll be the first link. And then you put my full name, Robert Rawson, and it'll show you where I practice and the locations and the
All
links.
right. CMTO, find RMT, and Robert Rawson. Writing it down. Okay. All right. And how do you approach a client who is so stressed that their muscles are frightening? Sorry, is fighting the massage.
So basically, as a massage therapist, you have to slow it down. You have to focus on lighter pressure, work focus on the breathing, and finding ways to calm down the overall nervous system. So before you go into a deeper technique, start light, start slow. Encourage the client to do a nice diaphragmatic breathing before we start. I always tell my clients take a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
and then I start with my light effleurage technique.
I I know what this fighting thing is. Like I've been there. Like like oh, that hurts. Like and I had one therapist that I had to basically say, you know what, I don't want him anymore. I want another one. And
Yeah,
it was like he was telling me this is how it has to be, and I was like, no, it doesn't. If
yeah,
I'm
no,
telling you it's hurting, you need to
yeah,
ease up, buddy. Sorry, but it's too painful. And
yeah,
it wasn't as if I was coming in there in pain. I was coming for relaxation, and you chose to do deep tissue
yeah.
and
So
dug your
basically, like
yeah.
going deeper doesn't mean it's gonna get better. You have to check in on the pressure tolerance of the client, and it's always smart to start light because starting light, you're able to palpate the tissue, see where the muscle tension is, and then you can ask the client, "Would you like me to increase or stay at the same pressure?" And then you further know, okay, this client likes a light, medium, or deep tissue. So right away, I already know how I'm gonna place the force of my palm, my fingers, and my forearm when going along the muscle tissue.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of therapist I want. Like, that is amazing. All right. So don't be afraid. I see some of you still on here. If you have questions to ask, if you've been wondering why things are happening to you when, is it just aging? Is it the aging process? Is it just, lack of exercise? Ask the questions. You have an opportunity right now to get some free advice from an RMT, right? Then you have to go and make sure you pay him when you go get your massage done. All right. Um, Actionable advice here. Let's think about three simple desk stretches or movements that people could do throughout the day to interrupt the stress tension cycle.
So definitely, the first one will be we're gonna do a lateral neck flexion, and then place the other hand underneath your buttocks, and then you're gonna hold it for 10 to 15 seconds and then come back. To achieve more of a deeper stretch, you're gonna depress or lower the shoulder and then pull towards the opposite shoulder. So that'll be one stretch. Another one is just a spinal rotation, like in between, like when you're working on your desk, just to reset the posture. Another good one, also, if you work on your desk a lot, because when you're on your desk, your chest is also probably gonna get tight. You want to just go into your doorway, any like door frame that you have, and you're gonna place your hand along the door stretch, and then you're gonna step forward. You should feel that stretch right along your pecs and your chest area.
I
That way,
see
it can
someone doing
broaden
that.
your posture.
I saw someone doing that same stretch the other day. He was
Oh yeah,
holding the door frame, tall guy,
yeah.
and he was just holding the door frame and doing that. I was like, "Oh, look at you stretching!" But yeah, he's a caretaker, and he was, I guess, he's a tall person too.
Yeah,
So he was stretching out his body, and I was like, "Wow, that's interesting."
yeah. So all these stretches will allow us to offset any desk related tension. Because when you're in your desk, your shoulders are propped up. That means your chest is more propped in. So doing that doorway stretch allows you to open up your chest and just reset that overall posture.
Yeah, I think we actually have to maybe put daily reminders for ourselves because we go through, all of us have some type of daily stress that we experience, and I think we may need a daily reminder to do those stretches because sometimes, like, my day goes by so quickly
Yeah.
and I don't even have a moment sometimes even to eat. So putting that on my computer screen or having an alarm that's set that reminds me to do those stretches, I think is important. So I'm going to start doing those stretches from now on. I'm going to rewatch the video and mark down what those stretches
I
are.
also have just a, this is pretty simple. Anyone that works at a desk a lot, if you're able to leave your computer screen, just take a one or two laps around your house just to allow your body to get that circulation and just reset that overall posture. Because when you're in your desk, you probably like in a crunched up position. So just walking around your house, doing some arm circles, doing the doorway stretch, just allows you to open up and then allow you to come back and continue doing your work.
Makes sense. Yeah. Question here. You spoke about working on a computer. Should the computer be below or above?
So this is a very good question. So ergonomics is also a huge part of what massage therapists can also do too. You basically want your computer to be eye level with your head, where your neck is not forced into a flexion position. So if you're able to get one of those things that you could prop your laptop and get to that 90-degree level, that would be good too as well. Because
Mm-hmm.
even right now, like my laptop isn't up to my eye level, so if I want to look at the screen, I'm slightly gonna flex my head. And if you're at your desk all day with your neck in a flex position, you are gonna feel that tension after your shift is over.
Yeah. Hmm. I know that some people, because they sit at their desk so often, they tend to, well, they've gotten a great form of desk, which is it's those standing desks. So
Oh
they move
yes,
it. It can move up and down, and they can stand for a bit while they're working. Um, I think that's amazing that they've invented these things that people can actually have some flexibility at work as opposed to how it used to be back in the days when people just had to
or
sit
just
there.
sitting. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
even say
especially
for
when it
even
was
those
a desktop computer.
I would even say for even those standing desks, because standing too long will also be a problem, and sitting too long will be a problem. So you just want to find that balance where, okay, is my feet getting tired? Okay, let me sit. Now is am I getting too tired sitting? Let me stand. So just like 50-50. You don't want to stand too long on the standing desk, and you don't want to sit too long. So if you have a desk that alternates from sitting to standing, you want to share the responsibility of being on your feet and not being on your feet as well.
Hmm. Great. What is one common myth about massage and stress that you would like to debunk for our audience?
So I feel like everyone thinks that massage is just for relaxation, which it really is. But however, massage allows us to improve your performance, your recovery, and any long term dysfunction you may have. So, massage therapists, we learn a lot in school. We also learn a lot of physiotherapist stuff, so we can able to prescribe home care, corrective exercise as well, and any rehab work, and also dealing with any muscle tension and any muscle work related issue.
Hmm. Thank you for that. I also used to think that going to massage therapist was all about relaxation until I actually needed a massage
Yeah,
therapist. So I'm glad you clarified that.
that's what
Right?
they kind of portrayed a lot on TV, where like it's just like spa, you're just getting like a very
Yeah.
light strokes,
Yeah.
and then that's the
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Question here. Um, you can you ever buy a sit stand for your home office? You can even oh sorry, you can even
oh,
buy a sit stand for your home office. Do you know what a sit stand is?
not too familiar with the system. Is it ones that is it for your laptop or is it for the desk?
I'm not sure. Maybe they could clarify. A sit stand. Hmm. All right. Not sure.
I'll definitely search that up on Staples.
Yeah. Or Temu, right?
Yeah.
Um, so let's take this opportunity now to talk about what we talked about backstage. Oh, it's a sit stand desk.
Okay.
Oh, so it's similar to the standing desk, though, the one that moves up and down. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, thank you for that clarification. So this is an opportunity now for you to talk about your practice and what you're wanting to do for yourself. Yeah, so they said it raises and lowers for itself. Yes, we're
Okay.
saying. Yeah, so it's the same thing that we were talking about. All right. Yes, so Robert,
Yeah.
tell the viewers about what you were thinking of doing or that you're going to do.
Okay. So I do work at the two clinics that I work at, but I am also developing my own personal brand called RMT by Robert, Elevator Recovery. So I'm gonna focus on working with performance athletes, gym goers, and just for everyday professional people that work at desks, people that do construction, any professional person. That is where I'm gonna create my niche in. So that's why I'm gonna focus on my off days, which is my Fridays, to work on my personal brand, RMT by Robert, Elevator Recovery, working with athletes, everyday gym goer, and your everyday professional.
I
So that's
love
where I'm
it.
gonna do mobile treatments. You can catch me at basketball tournaments coming up in the spring and summer. I'm also gonna work on doing corporate events, any events that you may have, even if it's a birthday party and you want someone to come out for a massage, a quick massage. I'm gonna be everywhere in the city, trying to expand my personal brand and the business.
I love that. I love that to see one of my peoples doing well and getting his brand out there. So, because he is an RMT, he is being covered through your insurance as well. So, it's going to be covered. So, don't worry about the money thing. It'll be covered by
Everything is
your
direct billing.
insurance. Yes. All right. So, I have a few quick rapid fire questions for you before we end the show. So it's meant to be fast paced, but I don't know how
Okay.
fast paced I can make it go.
All right.
All right, so just have a few. Uh, oh, there was a question. Hold on. Wait a second. So one of the viewers said there's a question about a pillow. Oh, it's I don't know what platform that is. Let me see. Let me ask that question. So the question is about a special pillow. I don't know. I have a special pillow, and
All right.
my therapist actually recommended my pillow. It's a neck pillow.
Neck
So
pillow.
maybe that's what they're referring to. What do you say about neck pillows?
I use a neck pillow. For anyone that's especially after a long day. You probably just chilling at home on your phone. You want your neck to be supported, and not you actually just elevated and staying there. So the neck pillow allows that neck to be propped up in a proper position. Especially if you're laying down flat on the bed, I will put my neck pillow, and then when I look at my phone, I feel less tension in the back of my neck. So I
Yeah,
love the neck pillow.
I love it too. I got it when I that same accident that drove me to going to, pun intended, drove me to going to the RMT. That was something that was recommended. So I got the neck pillow, and since then I have such great sleeps.
Yeah.
And I have degenerative disc in my neck. Like when my doctor discovered, sent me to X-ray, and I
Okay.
discovered I have degenerative discs, plural, in my neck. So that helps me as well. All right. So getting to the rapid fire questions. If you have any more questions, please send them. Uh, Maybe we can get to them before the show ends. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna ask you the question, and then you're gonna give me your answer. Quick, quick, quick. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Firm pressure or Swedish relaxation?
Firm pressure.
Morning sessions or evening sessions?
Morning sessions. I'm up at 5 a.m.
Okay. Total silence or ambient nature sounds?
Ambiance, nature, silent.
Okay. Uh, the most underrated the most underrated muscular sorry the most underrated muscle in the human body.
It's our jaw muscle. It's one of the strongest.
Wow.
It allows you to
Okay.
chew.
Wow. Okay. Um, Scented oils or unscented lotion?
Unscented. Some people might be allergic.
Okay. One word to describe the feeling of perfect session.
Uh, Relaxation.
Okay. Foam rollers, essential tool or equipment of torture.
Essential. Foam roll those calves. Foam roll those quads. Foam roll, foam roll, foam roll.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about because my dad had to do physiotherapy, and I think I know what that is. Hydration or stretching, which is more important post massage?
I would say stretching.
Okay. The best way to sit at a desk in 3 words or less.
90-90. You want your arms to be 90 degrees and your feet 90 degrees on the ground. So
Ah,
yeah.
great. I love that. So, did you all hear those answers? If you didn't hear the answers, this show is being recorded right now, and you can go back and watch the episode on YouTube on TDN TV. I'm also going to post it on my channel, which is Minds in Motion. And Robert, again, before we end the show, please tell them where they can find your practice.
You can find me at Revita Therapy, located at 38 Toilet Crescent, and also Renaissance Physio and Wellness, located at 2405 Lakeshore Boulevard West, Unit 200.
Okay. And if you were looking him up and all the information was just too much, you just want to look up Robert Rawson from the Minds in Motion show. Go and look up CMTO find RMT and type in Robert Rawson, and you'll find him at those 2 locations in bougie Etobicoke. And you know you're going to be taken care of. They probably have like uh, cucumber water and stuff over there. So I'm gonna go check him out because I want to be treated like royalty. Um, Robert, one more time, tell us about your own business that you're gonna do before you go.
So my personal brand is called RMT by Robert, Elevator Recovery. I'm gonna specialize with performance athletes, your everyday gym goer, and your everyday professional. and I'll be operating those on Fridays. And that's
Awesome.
where I'm gonna do my mobile treatments, and also I'll be at basketball tournaments, corporate events, birthday parties if need be. I'll be
Okay.
everywhere.
You're going to see him pop up at one of my events soon. I'll be telling you guys about
So
that
come out
soon.
for a free treatment. Don't miss
Yes.
out.
Yes. All right. That is it for Minds in Motion, where you get real talk about real strategies and real situations. Take care. Until next week, it's Minds in Motion, and I'm Joelle.
Thank you so much for having me, Joel. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
I'm talking Joe Podcast, Minds in Motion. Talk about relationships, help your emotions, behavior management when your kids start to losing it. Talk about life and all the confusion. Minds in motion. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships. I'm talking Joe Podcast, Minds in Motion. Talk about relationships, help your emotions, behavior management when your kids start to losing it. Talk about life and all the confusion. Minds in motion. Minds in motion. Talk about relationships.